So as you all know, 2K videos were a thing for a while on the live channel, right? Which this should be going on because I'm live streaming right now. But yeah, basically we're gonna be looking at the 2K rankings. I scrolled like really quickly just so I couldn't see them. Some of them did get spoiled for me, like obviously number 10, 7, and I think 2 and 1. But I don't know the rest of them. I mean I could tell who number 9 is based off of this, but
This is a Yhug production.
as you all know, like I said, was doing 2K26 videos. The only reason why I stopped, I didn't download the footage from Twitch, and I wasn't recording it. Lost everything. So, yeah, that does kind of suck a little bit, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and go with our top 10. Let's see what we got. So, I wasn't do the full top 100, but like I really don't care about the rest of these players. So, anyways, number 10. Okay, so coming in at number 10, right, of the 2K27 rankings. By the way, there will be 2K27 videos on the channel. Anyways, coming in at number 10, we got KD, 93 overall. This right here makes me like realize, okay, they're gonna change up the list. There's gonna be like obviously newer generation players. Yeah, pretty interesting. We got KD coming in at 93 overall. Pretty crazy. Then we got Steph Curry at number 9, another 93 overall. All right. Cade Cunningham at a 94 overall, which is interesting because I would think KD is better than Curry and Cade. But that's just me. Then we got Ant at number 7, which you all know I am a big Ant fan, Timberwolves fan. This low-key pissed me off a little bit. Just because I think he's better than some of the guys on the rest of this list. This is pissing me off right now. What the heck? Number 6, they got Giannis. Kind of crazy. 96 overall. He's 1 overall higher than Ant, which is valid. I think Giannis is one of the better players, but to be number 6 out of the top 5. Brunson, okay, I get this. You know, there's hype right now. Finals MVP. He is a good point guard. I'm surprised they don't have him, of course. We got Luka at number 4. I don't know. A little undeserved in my opinion. I would have probably had him at like number 6. Probably would have had Brunson above Luka, Giannis above Luka, even Ant probably above Luka, but that's just me. Somehow Jokic is still number 3. 97 overall. I know this is probably gonna ruffle some feathers, but we saw a Jokic-led defense get absolutely like demolished by a Jaden McDaniels and Ayo Dosunmu offense in the postseason because Ant went out and Dante DiVincenzo went out. So, just saying, man. And this one kind of bothered me. Number 2, Wemby. Look, I'm gonna just come out and say it right now. I think Wemby's overrated. Don't get me wrong. I think his potential is up here. Everybody else is like right here. Wemby's potential is up here. But here's my issue. Every player you see in these ratings is not being rated off of potential, mostly. Obviously, some of it is in there, right, for the next season. But it's like they're being rated mainly on their skill now and then their potential. Wemby, it always feels like he's getting rated off of his potential. Explain why. Yes, he made it to the finals, which is, you know, a big accomplishment for 22 years old. And he did win, you know, unanimous DPOY, which is, again, a big accomplishment. But here's the thing. He went to the media to not only beg for DPOY, but also an MVP. His team was able to win games without him for those stretches that he was out. They only lost 1 game against Portland. His team then was able to lose 2 games to what everyone said should have been a sweep to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had Anthony Edwards basically with no knees, right? Hyperextended the left one and then had an inflammation in his right one and then had an infection in his toe that bugged him for the whole season. They dropped 2 games, lost the first one at home. So, there's that. Didn't show up in the clutch versus the New York Knicks. When he finally played a team that wasn't injured or the Portland Trail Blazers, was unable to show up in the clutch and contribute to winning. Choked like big leads maybe like 3 times in a row. You know, and he just has an overall bad attitude. Now, of course, bad attitude doesn't attribute to his rating, but I'm just saying his rating being a 97 based off of potential and defense, which first of all, most of those like blocks were just uncalled goaltends. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't think he should have been this high. Top 10 definitely, but top 5, top 3 even, no. And number 1 Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, which back-to-back MVP, one of the smoothest in the game, in the league, I mean. Plays an amazing mid-range, brought back the mid-range. He even got guys like Ant to be like, okay, I need to go and focus on a mid-range game. Absolutely willed the Thunder. He willed them. I'm just saying. J-Dub was out. AJ Mitchell's out. Dude, I'm trying to think. Not Casey Wallace. Aaron Wiggins was out. Like, Chet got scared. He started seeing ghosts. Wemby put the fear of God in that boy. This dude Shea went out with like 35 points or something like that. Matter of fact, let me see it. 35 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 block. Only lost by 8 points, man. Full team is healthy. They beat the Spurs. Probably beat the Knicks. I'm just saying. Yeah. In my honest opinion, Wemby. So if I were to do this rating, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. Number 3. You definitely wouldn't be here. You would be higher. You would be higher. You would be higher. Because for me, you could argue Giannis is a better player than Wemby. You can argue Brunson is a better player than, Luka. You can argue Ant is better than Jokic, not Brunson, Jokic, Luka, and Wemby. And same for Giannis and Jalen. Honestly, you can argue that these 3 guys immediately clear these 3. Like 110%. I understand Wemby is rated off potential. I understand he's the cover athlete. They have to put him at number 2. I just personally believe it's a little unfair to rate Wemby off of just purely his potential and not off of anything he's done. I mean, those performances in the clutch should have lost him maybe a point or 2 in his rating, in my personal opinion. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's mainly off of ratings. It is what it is. I think Shea should be at a 99, though. Coming back, the team is going to be a little different, so I'm interested to see how these ratings are going to shape up as the season progresses. But, yeah, KD definitely should have been higher than Cade and Steph. I mean, Steph, he's still good. Don't get me wrong. Steph is obviously going to be one of the greatest. But, yeah, LeBron also not being here is kind of crazy when I would consider him a top 10 player still. I would definitely put him over Cade and Curry. Maybe even KD. I mean, dude, what he did against the Rockets on his own? Come on, dude. But yeah, Luka, freaking Jokic, Wemby, the hype is just too much. I can understand the argument for Jokic, all those MVPs, but he's been knocked out of the playoffs 3 years in a row already. Twice in the second round, once in the first round. Hasn't won an MVP in 2 years, so that MVP argument's kind of like, you feel me? And we saw what a Jokic-led defense does. Now, you could make the argument that Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon being there contributed to that, or not being there, I mean, contributed to that, like, falling apart. But if you're having Christian Brown be the leader of your team, when you're Nikola Jokic, Mr. 60-20 and what was it, like 15, man? You got to be more than just a triple-double gimmick. I'm sorry. But, yeah. And then again, Wemby, I mean, bro. Literally the only reason the Wolves would have gotten past them had they had DiVincenzo, had Ant had both his knees. Because I'm not going to blame Julius Randle, right? Julius Randle's the reason why the Timberwolves won Game 1. I don't care what anyone's going to say to me. Julius Randle is the reason why the Timberwolves won Game 1. What I should have said is, had Chris Finch not been a bad coach and misused Julius Randle. Benching Julius during Wemby minutes was really stupid. Not making Wemby his main assignment was really stupid. And yeah, Chris Finch, I don't know, he's not a good head coach, but and if Ayo Dosunmu was Ayo Dosunmu was better, TJ, if he could finish with the right hand, just a lot of little things. If Jaden McDaniels played a little smarter that series, Nas was playing great, I think, most of the series. Rudy, he got played off the floor, but my point is, like, I think if the Wolves had Dante and Ant was fully healthy and Chris Finch actually knew how to use Julius Randle against the Spurs, would be a whole different series. Genuinely, I think the Wolves would have won in 7. It would have been hard fought, but it is what it is. Yeah, just a lot of overrating going on here, in my opinion. And there's a lot of rating inflation, too. 97, 97, 97, 96, 96, 96, 95, 94, 93, 93. Like, way too much. Way too much. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Gonna go ahead and get into this stream now.